today's topic today. Good afternoon, students. Yes. So last class, where we are? We are here. Yes. Oh, sorry, I have not attached this writing pad. Yeah. See, and based on the dimensions, waves are classified into one dimensions, two dimensions, three dimensions. One dimension means wave propagating on a stretched string. Yes, we have discussed. Next, 1 minute, wait. And two dimensions, waves which are spreading on the surface of water. Three-dimensional waves means sound waves, how they will travel, that one, and light waves. Okay, fine. Okay, good. Now, some other types of waves. What are the other types of waves? One is matter waves. And about these matter waves, you will study in chemistry and in physics also. Second year you will study. Na? Matter waves are nothing but any particle which is having mass. If it's travel with some velocity, then for that particle, a wave will be associated. That waves are called as matter waves. The waves with the associated with the moving particles are called as matter waves. Means every moving particle will be associated with a wave. That waves are called as matter waves. Okay. Next, audible sounds, sound waves. See, sound waves depending upon the frequency, they are classified into three types. They are audible sounds, infrasonic sounds, and ultrasonic sounds. Oh, okay. What are audible sound waves? If the frequency of sound is between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, and those sound waves we can hear. Okay, so they are called as audible sounds. Okay, these are generated by vibrating bodies such as vocal cords, stretching strings, and membranes, tabla, guitar, these are things. Okay, next, infrasonic waves. If the frequency of sound wave is less than 20 hertz, or the wavelength is greater than 16.6 centimeters, then those waves are called as infrasonic waves, and these waves will be produced during earthquakes and ocean waves. Okay, next, ultrasonic waves. Ultrasonic waves means if the frequency of the waves are greater than 20 hertz, then those are called as ultrasonic waves. Human ear, we cannot hear these ultrasonic waves and we cannot detect these waves. Certain creatures such as a mosquito, dog, and bat, they can show response to these ultrasonic waves. Okay, clear? Yes. And these ultrasonic waves, important, these are used in navigation purpose in radar, sonar system. In sonar system, we will use. In radar, sonar system, we will use for navigation purpose. Submarines, they will use these ultrasonic waves. To detect enemy submarines, they will use sonar. In sonar, they will use ultrasonic waves only. And they are used in ultrasonography. These ultrasonic waves uses, they are used in ultrasonography. Means to take the photographs of scanning of soft tissues of body. And they are used to repel mosquitoes or attract fishes. Okay, these are the uses of ultrasonic waves. Yes. Okay. Yes. So these are different types of waves depending upon their frequency levels. These are things. Okay. There are another type of waves also are there. They are called as shock waves. See, shock waves. Yeah. What are shock waves? Shock waves are nothing but, see, for example, one aeroplane or anything, if it is moving with a very high speed, okay, if it is moving with very high speed, the speed of that aeroplane is greater than speed of sound, then they will leave one type of wave behind them, and they will be in the form of a circular cone like this. Like this they will form, and these waves are called as shock waves. Okay, when an object moves with a velocity greater than that of sound, it terms as supersonic. This object is called as supersonic. When such a supersonic body or plane travels in air, it produces energetic disturbance, which moves in backward direction and diverge in the form of a cone. Such disturbance are called as shock waves. This type of disturbances are called as shock waves. Okay, okay, and speed of supersonic. These aeroplanes and planes speed, supersonic speeds we will measure in terms of Mach numbers. Nana. This is not required. No need to remember. Okay, not required only. Okay, extra information. These all things. Okay, Mach number means nothing but velocity of this source divided by velocity of sound. With what velocity this source is traveling, if you divide this one with velocity of sound, you will get Mach number. Whatever the number you will get, that will be the Mach number. If higher the Mach number, higher will be the velocity of this plane. That's it. Okay, this information is not required. No need to read. So only the thing what you need to read is this audible sound frequencies. You need to read, Nana. Okay, and stationary waves, progressive waves means what you need to remember. Afterwards, um, transverse waves, longitudinal waves are what you need to remember. After that, mechanical waves, non-mechanical waves. What are these? You need to remember. That's it. Okay. So these are the introduction. Okay. Now we are entering into important topic, that is wave. How we will represent a wave? What are the important terms related to a wave? Okay. Yeah. See, they may ask you one mark question, Nana. They may ask you one mark questions. Draw a wave equation representing its wavelength, time period, frequency, these are things. See, a wave is represented like this. So this wave, I am showing you a transverse wave. So this transverse wave will travel in the form of crest and trough, crest and trough, crest and trough. Okay. Now every wave will have an amplitude. What is called as amplitude? See, these particles means wave is nothing but on this. Imagine one string. On this string, there are so many number of particles will be there. No. Yes. This is the mean position. About this mean position, these particles are vibrating up and down. Sometimes it will be here, sometimes it will be down. So like this, it is vibrating. Okay. When it is vibrating at different time intervals, its displacement will be different. Okay. Now the maximum displacement of this particle is called as amplitude. See, the maximum displacement of a vibrating particle of a medium from its mean position, maximum displacement of a vibrating particle from where? From the mean position is called as amplitude. Definition is important for 1 mark. Define amplitude. Maximum displacement of a particle from its mean position. When it is vibrating, it will go to maximum displacement. This maximum displacement is called as, this is also, or this is also. This is called as amplitude. Clear? Next, what is wavelength? Wavelength is nothing but you choose any 2 points such that the 2 points are in same phase. So these 2 points I am showing you. One is on the crest, another one is also on the crest. They are having same phase. One is not going up, another one is not going down. Okay, any 2 particles, this particle and this particle also choose. These 2 are also having same phase. How this is moving, this particle also moving in the same direction. That type of 2 particle you choose. Okay, if the 2 particles, distance between these 2 particles, if these 2 particles should have same phase, that distance we called as wavelength. Or it can be defined as distance traveled by a wave in one time period. Okay, from here to here, from here, starting from here up to here, this is called as one time period, one cycle, one complete cycle. For one complete cycle, the distance, how much distance a wave will travel? that distance we call it as wavelength. Or we can say that distance between two successive points with same phase. Important. Okay, distance between 2 points, this point and this point, these two are having same phase, or this point or this point, these two are having same phase, this point or this point, these two are having same phase. Between these 2 point distance is also wavelength. Choose any 2 points such that they are having same phase, then the distance between the 2 points is called as wavelength, or distance traveled by a wave in one time period, that we call it as wavelength. Okay, definition is important. Next, what is frequency? Frequency is nothing but number of oscillations completed in one time period, or number of vibrations a particle completed in one cycle, in 1 second. Frequency of a vibration of a particle is defined as number of vibrations completed by particle in 1 second. And this frequency is nothing but 1 by time period. You know this. Important, Nana. You need to remember. And SI unit of frequency is per second. Hertz or per second. Frequency SI unit is what? Hertz, Hertz, Hertz or per second. Nana. Clear? Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, frequency over. Now, what is time period? Time period means what? Time period. It is also important definition. It is nothing but time period of a vibration of a particle is defined as time taken by the particle to complete one vibration. For one complete vibration, how much time a particle will take? That is called as time period. Okay, and it is to be measured about its mean position, or it is the time taken by the wave to travel a distance equal to wavelength. For traveling a distance of equal to wavelength lambda, how much time a particle or a wave will take, that is called as time period. Time period is equal to 1 by frequency, T is equal to 1 by N. N means nothing but frequency, Nana. N means what? Frequency, remember. N means frequency. I feel this lesson somewhat easy but important. Okay, next. Now, wave function. Yes, everything will start from here. Yes, new points will start from here, Nana. Yes, listen carefully. What is a wave function? Wave function means what? Yes, wave function is nothing but, see, just till now we have seen a wave graphically. Clear? Now that graphical representation, if you replace with the mathematical thing, then that is called as a wave function. Means how a disturbance is traveling, that if you write mathematically, then it is called as wave function. See, mathematical description of disturbance created by a wave is called as wave function. If any disturbance is created, that one if you write mathematically, then it is called as a wave function. Clear? For example, if you take for a string, the wave function is nothing but how that particles of the string is vibrating. Displacement of the particle is a wave function. For sound wave, you consider sound wave, whatever the words we are uttering, that word will create some pressure in air. Means that air will press the air particle. Means pressure difference will create, density difference will create. That pressure difference or density difference fluctuations are nothing but wave functions for sound waves. For light waves, Electromagnetic fields, they will vibrate. Those are called as wave functions. Okay, means different waves, different wave functions will be there. Okay, mathematically wave function is represented like this: y is equal to f of x comma t. That means displacement of a particle y, how it is function of x. It not only depends upon the position, it also depends upon the time. That is the meaning. This y is nothing but displacement of a particle. It may be pressure difference, it may be density difference, or it may be variation in electric and magnetic field, like that. Y is that much. Electric field vibration or magnetic field vibration for light, or pressure variation for sound waves, or displacement of a particle for longitudinal waves, sorry, transverse waves. So this y, how it is changing with respect to distance and with respect to time, that total it is called as wave function. So if you write displacement of a particle as a function of position of a particle, vibrating particle, and time, then it is called as wave function. Clear? So mathematically wave function is written as y as a function of x comma t. I hope you are understanding. Clear? Okay. Now see, for suppose, imagine there is one pulse is there, and this pulse is having a displacement of y this much, and let us suppose this pulse is traveling towards right like this. Okay, let us suppose this pulse is traveling with a velocity or speed v. Now in a time t, how much distance it will travel? We know v is equal to x by t. Then distance it will travel is vt, distance it will travel. Yes or no? Yes, means within a time interval, this vibration will reaches here. Are you getting clear, students? Yes. Now after some time interval, the wave function will be represented like this: y is equal to f of x comma vt. Means here, see, two particles, you see, two particles, my finger and this pen. This is a particle at initial time. After some time, this particle will go down. After some time, this will go up. This will go down. This will go up. Means in the place of x comma t, if you substitute x comma vt, that represents SHM of a particle, this particle. So this equation minus represent wave is traveling towards positive x-axis. If you write plus, this pulse will be traveling towards left, negative x-axis. Remember this, students. Wave as a function can be represented like this mathematically. Now, if a wave is traveling towards positive x-axis, then that function can be represented like this: x comma x minus vt. If it travels towards a negative x-axis, it will be written x plus vt. Remember, v into t is nothing but displacement. Nana. Okay, na? Clear? Yes, I think you are understanding. Okay. Now you cannot say all the equations represent wave equation. If a wave equation is to be a wave equation, it has to satisfy one particular condition, Nana. What is that condition? Is this one. This is the condition to be satisfied for a wave to be traveling. Okay, that condition is, let us imagine y, I said no. Now take a differentiation of that y with respect to time, and 2 times you take d square y by dt square, and same function y, take differentiation with respect to x also, again 2 times d square y by dt square and d square y by dx square. Now if d square y by dt square is equal to velocity of a wave square into d square y by dx square, then the given equation will be called as wave equation. Otherwise it is not a wave equation. Okay, this condition, a wave has to satisfy this condition, then only it is called as wave equation. Remember this point, important for your competitive exam. All traveling waves satisfying a differential equation which is called as wave equation. Means if a wave satisfies this condition, then only that is called as wave equation. Otherwise, it is not a wave equation. This condition is to be satisfied. How to satisfy that I will show you. Okay, I'll show you now. Okay. Okay, this V is nothing but omega by K. I will come back to this point because you don't know still what is K. Okay, now see wave number, again important point. A new term for you. It is a new term for you. You need to learn it. You need to remember this. This is a new term. You need to remember this. What is wave number or propagation constant? What we call this one? Wave number or propagation constant. What is this? This is nothing but number of wavelengths in a distance of 2 pi. Means, see for example, when a wave is traveling like this. Okay, from this point to this point, this distance what we call one wavelength. Clear? Yes. See here, if you take angles, this is 0, this is 90. Let us suppose this is a pi, this is 3 pi by 2. Correct? This will be 2 pi. Now within this 2 pi distance, how many wavelengths are there? That number is called as wave number. Okay, means this is nothing but K is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Na? Very important formula. You need to remember this formula. The number of wavelengths present in a distance of 2 pi. Within a distance of 2 pi, how many wavelengths are there? That is called as wave number. Means, for example, see, I'll show you. You will get clear idea on this. See here. Here I'll take. Okay. Two waves I'll take, Nana. Okay. Here distance 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. Same distance I'll take. 2 pi, 3 pi by 2, pi, pi by 2. Now in this one wave I am showing you like this. Okay. Another wave I will show you like this. Okay, na? Yeah. See, now within the distance of 2 pi, within this distance of 2 pi, how many wavelengths are there? Here and here. Here more wavelengths are there. Here less wavelengths are there. Means from here to here one wavelength. This is one wavelength, no, lambda. Yes. Again from here to here one more wavelength, lambda. Okay. Now two wavelengths are there. Two are there. Whereas here from here to here one, from here to here one, here to here 1, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 are there, or around 5 are there. This number is called as wave number, that is represented with K, that is nothing but 2 pi by lambda. Okay, na? Students? So what is a wave number? Important formula and important value. 2 pi by lambda, where it is 2 pi by lambda. Okay. So propagation constant or angular wave number is nothing but number of wavelengths in a distance of 2 pi. Remember, it is formula is K is equal to 2 pi by lambda, and we will measure it in a unit of radian per meter. Next, wave velocity. See, particle velocity is different, wave velocity is different. When a wave is traveling, see, when a wave is traveling like this. Wave is traveling like this with a velocity v. Whereas particle is vibrating like this with a different velocity of a particle. This velocity and this velocity both are different. Nana. Particle is vibrating like this, whereas wave is traveling like this. Okay. Particles will have different velocities, but wave velocity will be constant. The wave velocity is nothing but the distance traveled by the disturbance in one time period. The distance traveled by a disturbance in one time period. It is only depends upon properties of the medium and independent of time and position. Wave velocity is nothing but f lambda, means frequency into wavelength. V is equal to f lambda, you know, no? That formula only. Wave velocity. Or f is equal to 1 by t. So it can be written as lambda by t. And wave velocity can also be written as like this, omega by k. Why? See, omega by k is what? What is omega, Nana? Omega is nothing but 2 pi f, you know. Clear? What is k? Just now we have discussed. 2 pi by lambda. 2 pi cancel. You will get f lambda. F lambda is nothing but what? V, velocity of a wave. So, velocity of a wave, new formula we got. Very important, Nana. Velocity of a wave. Velocity of a wave. V is equal to omega by k. Very, very, very important formula for your competitive exams. Remember this. Omega by k. Clear, students? Important. Okay. Next, group velocity. Group velocity is nothing but, see, number of waves are there. If these waves are traveling with the same velocity, then that velocity is called as group velocity. Means velocity with which a group of waves travel is nothing but group velocity. Just have an idea. This we will discuss when in chemistry, Schrodinger's wave equation, when you are discussing this Heisenberg as uncertainty principle. That time we will discuss this one. Okay, remember this one. Group velocity formula is d omega by dk. Just have an idea on this. We will discuss again. Okay, in next year or chemistry you may discuss. Velocity of a wave formula, important, you need to remember. This is the group velocity formula. Okay, clear, students? Next, yes, phase. Next term, phase, important again. Phase means what? Phase means nothing but in what direction a particle is traveling. It is a quantity which represent at any instant the displacement of a particle. Means how much a particle has displaced. Means at that one particular instant, particle has displaced here. Here particle is there. How much it is displaced? This much it is displaced. That displacement is called as phase. And at that instant, in which direction it is traveling, whether it is traveling in left side or left side, whether it is traveling up or down, that is called as phase. Okay, phase we will represent it with letter phi. Means it is nothing but angle. Also we can say this phase express the displacement of a particle and its direction of motion. Phase of a particle represent its displacement from mean position, and whether it is going up or down, that it will represent. Okay, clear? See here in this diagram, particle 1, particle 3 and particle 5, these are having same phase because they are traveling down at that instant. After some time, if you see this diagram, after 1 second, this diagram appears to be like this. Means this particle came here, came here, came here. This will go down. Okay, means 1, 3, 5 are in same phase. Means phase of a particle represents its direction of motion, whether it is going up or down, and how much it is displaced from its equilibrium position. That we call it as phase. Okay, next, another term called as intensity of a wave. Very important formula, Nana. Again important formula, intensity of a wave. You need to remember this. You will get a lot of question. JE students mainly, you will get a lot of questions, and NEET students also you will get sometimes. And this topic again next year we will discuss about this intensity. Intensity of a wave or this intensity concept we will discuss same for waves and light also, Rana. Okay. Intensity is nothing but energy incident per second per unit area of section. That we call it as intensity. Okay. One sound wave is here. This sound wave will travel and it will hit one surface. How much sound energy is incident on that unit surface area per second? That we call it as intensity. See here, intensity per unit time per unit area. And SI unit of this one is joule per second per meter square. And we know joule per second is nothing but watt. So watt per meter square is SI unit of intensity. Remember this. Watt per meter square is SI unit of intensity. Clear? Yeah. Next. See, in SHM chapter, we have discussed about energy of a particle which is performing a simple harmonic motion. That is half K A square. Do you remember this one? Yes. A is amplitude, K is nothing but m omega square. Do you remember this one? Then energy will become E is equal to half K. K means nothing but K means m omega square. Yes, I'll write m omega square A square. Okay. Now this one you divide with the time and area. What you will get? Yeah. See, I'll write here. I'll write here. E is equal to half m. Omega is what, Anna? 2 pi f. Omega means 2 pi f, no? Yes, 2 pi f whole square A square, amplitude square. So it will become half m 4 pi square f square A square. 2 ones are 2 twos are. Means energy will become E is equal to 2m. This is 2, no? Yes, 2m pi square f square A square. Correct? Now, intensity is nothing but energy per unit area per unit time. Means 2 pi, sorry. 2m pi square f square A square divided by area into time. Clear? Yes. See, we know density is nothing but mass by volume. Clear? Then how can we write mass, Kana? Mass can be written as density into volume. Volume. Okay? Yeah. So this density into volume can be written as area into, this is amplitude, Nana. This is area. Okay? Area into length we can write. So let us substitute here. You'll get 2 into m rho area into length pi square f square amplitude square divided by area into time. This area cancel. What you will get? You will get 2 rho pi square f square a square. Length by time is nothing but velocity. Yes. So intensity of a wave can be given as 2 pi square rho f square a square into v. V means velocity. Okay, students, I think so you understand this one. If you not understand means once you see that uploaded video, you will understand. Okay, clear? If not understand still means you send me one message, I'll write in paper and I'll send you. Okay. Yes. So this is, see here it is written. So I'll clear this total. Yeah, here it is written. Intensity formula 2 pi square f a square rho v. Here a is amplitude, nana. A means, see here written. A means amplitude. N means frequency. V means wave velocity. Rho means density of a medium. Means intensity depends upon square of amplitude. Very important point. Remember this. Means more is the amplitude of a wave. Means, for example, you take two waves. One is like this. Another one is like this. Whose amplitude is more? This is A1. This is A2. Whose amplitude is more? A2 is more. Clear? Than A1. So intensity of this wave is more than intensity of this wave. This is having intensity I2, this is having intensity I1. We can say I2 is greater than I1. This we can say just by knowing this one. Means intensity depends upon the square of amplitude. Very important point, you need to remember this. Clear, students? Okay. Now, and one more thing, just now I said intensity is nothing but energy per unit area per unit time. This energy by time is what, Nana? You know, power. Work by time is power, no, energy by time is power. So power upon area. Okay, let us suppose here one sound source is there, and this sound, so what it will happen? It will send energy, sound waves it will send, means energy it will send. How it will send? Three dimensionally, through